Hello friends, welcome and thanks for joining me. Today I would like to talk to you about, I would like to talk to you dads out there, suggestions on what's worked here in our house for how to be a rad dad. There is a proper order for everything that goes for the entire universe. There's an order for everything. Whether you are a Bible believer or not, there is actually an order for families. And what that looks like is God first, then the husband, then the wife, then the children. When this is actually put into order, the household runs smoother. My personal opinion that this started to get mixed up in probably the 60s, and that's when families started going downhill. That's just my personal opinion on that. And the Bible actually references to this. And I just like to give you a couple Bible verses real quick. First of all, 1 Peter 3:7 says, "Husbands, live with your wife in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of life, so that your prayers may not be hindered." The husband is supposed to love his wife the same actually as Jesus loves the church. In Ephesians 5:23, and it says, "For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church." Ephesians 5:25 said, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and even gave himself for her." Ephesians 5:33 tells the wife something as well. It says, "Nevertheless, let every one of you so love his wife even as himself, and wife see that she reverence her husband." The actual definition of reverence means to place in high esteem, a great honored person, a deep appreciation or respect for that person. So when these principles are actually applied to a family, the children are learning this, and they can see, because if you stop and think about how society is, even TV shows, both the husband and the wife are putting each other down, sneaking behind each other's backs, lying to each other, talking bad about each other, even to the children. This is actually teaching the children, number one, it's okay for you to do that, to talk about your dad that way, talk about your mom that way, but it's also teaching them what kind of a relationship is acceptable for them. If dad is setting the boundaries in the home, then if any questions are ever brought up, or if you're watching TV as a family and you're watching one of those sitcoms or movies that are doing that, dad can speak up and say, "That's unacceptable." Make a comment about that for especially that rad child to hear. All of our children need to learn this, but especially that rad child who's really struggling with anger towards mom. If dad is speaking up and saying how terribly that husband is treating his wife, he should love his wife, or how disrespectful that wife is to her husband, or how the children are acting, that's unacceptable. You saying that is going to put it in their mind, and if they say something, make a comment to you about it, Dad, you can always say, honor that husband that loves his wife and lifts her up, and she is his precious jewel, his most precious prized possession. That's what kind of husband I want you to have, daughter. Or that's what kind of husband I want you to be, son. And that lifts them up to a place of a position of honor within within themselves that they would like to reach. Being an honorable person first takes honorable actions and words spoken to be put in that honored position. When the husband loves his wife, that is showing, especially that RAD child, mom deserves love. She is my honored, my most prized possession, and I love her. In that child's mind, mom must be something special for dad to feel so strongly about her that way. And mom, when you are honoring dad, honoring what he says as a wise person, he is wise, he's a wise leader in your home who makes good decisions for your family. When you say those things, have gratitude and appreciation and respect for him and how he takes care of your home. That is teaching the children dad's word matters. And then when dad said how honored mom is, how loved mom is, that must mean something because his word has weight behind it. I have 5 things here for dad, how you can help in the home, because as we know, most of therapy is done through mom, and sometimes dads feel like, what can I do to help? These are things that my husband did and still does, and it's actually really strengthened our marriage. Number 1, always greet mom first. When you come through that door at home or she comes through that door, greet each other first, because you are your first priorities. Your love and your bond is unbreakable. In that RAD child's mind, that is really saying something. They cannot come between you because you have an unbreakable love and a bond with each other, that you even want to greet each other first. Number 2, always thank mom, whether that's for dinner or maybe she bought something new for the home or cleaned something, or in any little thing. It does not have to be big things. Even if she brought you a drink from the kitchen, always thank her. And if you are capable, make a big deal out of it. Just how thoughtful you are to bring that to me. And you're just always so thoughtful and always so loving and always thinking of someone else. Saying those things, believe me when I say it is going in that RAD child's mind. Number 3, never disagree in front of the RAD child. Well, honestly, any of our children do not need to hear their parents arguing. My husband and I made that mistake when all 3 of our children were still here at home. That was really we did not have a diagnosis at that time, and it was really a struggle. Since that has turned around in the last couple of years, that has made a huge difference. She does know now that nothing she does or says is going to come between us, and she can't make us argue. Even if we're a little snippy with each other or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't continue. As soon as you recognize that's what's happening, stop it right there. Change the subject. You can always talk about it later when you've gone to your room and you have privacy. Even jokingly. These children are you have to keep in mind, they are hyper vigilant. They are picking up on every little tone, every little expression. So you might be joking, but honestly, underneath even a joke is the truth. Some part of you meant it or you wouldn't have said it. And they know that. They know that because they do it all the time. Even if you're joking, even if you're trying to be funny, save that for when you're alone with mom. I would just completely recommend not doing it, period, in front of RAD, because that's kind of teaching them it's okay. If it's okay for dad, it's okay for me. And I can always say, I was just kidding. I was just joking. Little slams, those little put downs, they might be funny, they might be lighthearted. Don't do that in front of RAD, because they are taking it a little more seriously than you are, and they are learning that if you did it, they can do it too. Number 4, always say, let me check with mom first. And that can go for mom as well. Let me check with dad first, because dad is the head of the house. Mom is head of the kids, because there's an order. Kids, mom, dad, God. First of all, it's letting that RAD child know, I'm not necessarily going to believe everything you say right off the bat, because you've proven yourself to not be honest. Secondly, it lets that child know that mom and dad are one. They're not gonna manipulate one into doing something that the other one said no. So it's just a good habit to say right away, let me check with mom first. Is always reminding that child, mom is in charge of you. You are not going to talk me into something. I'm going to check with mom and see what's going on with that first. Number 5, always compliment. Lift up mom and always in front of that RAD child. Buy her flowers, open the doors for her. That includes cars. If you're in the kitchen getting a drink, get something for mom too. You know, just asking her, are you comfortable? Do you need a pillow? Whatever pops into your head. And that might sound a little strange, but it is a constant reminder to that RAD child, mom is special. You being a team, you backing up mom in all ways, lifting her up in all ways is absolutely the best thing that you can do to support mom, to be a help in RAD child's growth and healing, and you're teaching them what to look for in a spouse themselves. So when we show them what that looks like, that raises their standards, and it teaches them what kind of person to be, what kind of husband or wife to be themselves. So I hope these 5 things are helpful. I hope the Bible verses are helpful, and of course I hope you're having a wonderful day. So you guys take care, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.